Okay, so you've got 30 seconds to tell me all of your top tips.
30 seconds exactly.
Everything that somebody should know about competitive Magic.
Just tell me when, because I'm going to push the button. You've only got 30 seconds.
Ready, set,
go.
Well, tough thing about competitive Magic is you got to be prepared to play in a wide variety of formats and environments.
Play with your friends, try to learn from better players, read articles.
See the articles on Channel Fireball and Star City. Play with better players than you, even if you lose a lot.
Play a lot of Magic, play the main events, the GPs, the PTQs.
Look at your pairings, see who you're playing against. What are they playing? Draw your opening hand. Okay, I have to mulligan. Scry. Okay, play land.
Putting yourself outside your comfort zone is big.
Play creature.
Take in what other players are doing.
Attack.
That's part of the key as well, and just dedication.
Play your burn spell. Look at the opponent's hand. What are they doing? Interact with your opponent. What are they gonna do?
Get luckier than your opponent.
And then just get lucky. Get lucky, go on the Pro Tour, keep on playing a lot, keep on being there, you'll get on the train, and then eventually you'll be one of these 24 players.
You can't just play your specialty. You can't be like, I like playing Burn and Modern, and that's all I'm gonna do. You gotta be prepared for Standard and Legacy and Limited.
Play like Tier 1 decks, aggro decks at the beginning because they're easier to go and then control.
Watch other people draft, watch other people play constructed, like watch the coverage.
Play a lot of Magic online.
The more you prepare, the less mistakes you make.
Go to bigger tournaments like Grand Prix, experience new things so you can improve them.
Prepare for whatever your opponent might play. Think about all the cards that they might have available to them. All right, deal with their board. Start attacking. Keep going. Keep going. You're almost there.
done.
All right, there we go. All right.
Awesome, you did it in 20 seconds.
30 seconds, perfect. Thank you, Martin.
Go out there and be ready to lose and not get discouraged.
All the lines he's doing.
Absolutely. Like, people tend to think that pros just know everything about everything, but we don't. Like, I've never played against this deck in testing. I see his sideboard and I can't immediately think if he's gonna bring in the gate or not. So when we were discussing sideboard, I was like, are we gonna bring in Duress or not? Are we gonna bring in, like, are we gonna board out Bomat or not? Because, like, you saw Ben Stark doing great with Bomat, but we are boarding it out. Maybe I shouldn't say, but like...
No, okay. Sure.
And so,
but
like,
you're making decisions like that, and you're having to do that right there.
Yeah, on round 4 yesterday when we all got the lists. And
there he is.
Yeah, luckily he doesn't understand.
Watching the stream.
It's you. Hey.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
It's almost like when Infect became popular in Modern, and players had to completely readjust how to play against it because you didn't know what you had to counter, what you had to kill.
There is a chance. You know, I will at least get one extra turn, and when he decides to go all in, pumping that Thopter, dropping me to a dangerously low 1 life, I know that it's really, the window's closing, and it's open again. Glory Bringer off the top, it's almost like, you know, the walk-off home run in Game 7 of the World Series. I have to triple check my math because, you know, everyone always plays to their outs, but to hit it in a situation like this is absolutely unbelievable.
Hello and welcome back to coverage of the 2018 Magic the Gathering World Championship.
If Nas can find a fog
really
effect
wants
here,
a fog here.
4 cards off the top. 1, Charter Course.
Oh, he's flipping it up.
Charter Course, Negate.
No.
And Nexus of Fate.
This isn't lethal though, right?
Matt Nas on 11.
Oh, he's at 11.
He's on 11, and he's going to have to concede here. That Hazoret, the Fervent Activation, enough to put Ben Stark in into the winner's seat. And all the theater in the world not good enough for Matt Nas, who unfortunately goes down. His Turbo Fog list, I mean, look,
even going into the sideboarding, right? What is the Red Black deck going to do? You're not even 100% sure. Are they going to try to still be aggressive, or are they going to just board in a bunch of Planeswalkers and play the slow game? So
Sigrist has some serious stuff going on in this deck, though. If he can get that to Fairy down, I think he's going to be able to win this game easily, given the fact that Ben played nothing here. He has Urza's Ruinous Blast and Karn's Temporal Sundry in his hand.
That's insane.
What in the world? Well, this Baird also does get the job done. Like,
and BBD is jump blocking.
Yeah, and exactly as you said, Simon, the respect of Raf Capuchin's static ability there. Bardic Wanderer being flashed in would normally be a huge game-swinging play, but boy, it has been Grun the Lonely King kind of dominating the feature match area today, hasn't it?
Yeah. And the Knights, also super impactful.
Which team has the tallest player? Yes.
Ultimate Guard Pro Team.
And who is it?
Me.
Yes.
You are correct. Now, it was close.
We did actually measure this.
I like the way you both sit up straight there, as if that makes the difference. Yeah, look at that.
I have more hair. Hair. The hair. If the hair counts, he got it. But I think no hair.
Yeah, I think no hair too. Like, because it's just fundamentally an accessory, isn't it? It's not actually part of you, really.
No, I don't think so.
No, okay.
Otherwise, I would have.
When guys build like the buildings and they are fight for the tallest building in the world, they put like antennas and stuff like that.
Do they really?
Oh yeah, of course, to get the building higher. So I think the hair has count.
Yeah, it's your antenna when you need it.
Don't even worry about it, says Nelson, as he discards. Oh, no, poor Orange now. I don't know what he can do against these Thopters. He can't do anything here. He's going to pack him up, and that is the win in very convincing fashion as well to Bard Narson, the standard superstar there at 5 and 7. Still cash on the line, still pro points to be won for these players, even if we're not going to see them in the top 4. And a rare treat for us as well to get a look at some of the decks that are,
Good start. Okay, so you're 0-3, a pretty common occurrence for the PGO.
Sacrifices his Bowmat Courier in order to put a creature in the bin that he can then exile to bring back the Scrap Heap Scrounger. Another twist in the tale. Turns out this prophecy written by M. Night Shyla Myla Ding Dong here as we see the 3-2 hit the battlefield and a fresh grip here for Dominguez.
You didn't play anything. You're very likely to have some kind of way to deal with my card. Now I'm going to fire it off, but Spell Pierce still gets in the way.
Getcha with the Spell Pierce, and I think Carvalho...
Does he have
I think he's got an untapped land in hand.
Oh, no.
And does he?
No.
He doesn't play the Shave land. He doesn't want to face it down.
You
can never play it. You can never play it. Even at the World Championship. You cannot
play. Oh, no.
You cannot play the second untapped land after getting Spell Pierced. You can't do it. You can't do it.
You can play it now, though. You can play it now.
You can play. Oh, you can play it. I'd
be like,
wow,
now.
Oh, if I only had last turn, I wouldn't have the Spell Pierce would have done nothing. So Carvalho. Oh, so unlucky that he had it this time. Oh, so unfortunate there for Carvalho. But at the end of the day now.
All right. He found his big hitter here. Talarian Scholar is going to hit the battlefield now for Sigrist.
Would you like to play you in the Hollywood version of your life?
So the Javier Dominguez story, it starts with you losing the final last year, then it follows through the year, and it culminates in you winning the 2021 World Championship for the 4th year in a row. Who's going to be playing you?
Has to be a big guy, I guess.
What does that mean?
Like, no, first I thought it was like the guy that made the Lord of the Rings. No, I guess the, I don't know the name. The one that played Anakin, grown Anakin. Star Wars, Christian something.
Hayden Christensen. That's him.
I would say that's
right. Okay.
I think George Clooney, like the age difference, we would have to sort out.
Like,
we're just little peppering in the hair, and George.
Yeah, Henny showed up and said, "Ahem, excuse me, but we'll just take out your entire board." And Alan even found a champion of wits to put into play after the Henny's expertise.
What a huge swing there.
Unreal.
It looked.
I never expected to play a Banefire for 0 in this tournament, but at the time, my hand was 2 Banefires and a Lightning Strike, and I had like no more lands, or maybe Banefire and Strike if I Banefired the previous turn for 2 or something, I don't remember. So basically, with no more lands, I knew that like against that deck, it's all about like presenting lethal and clocking to force fogs and putting them in burnout range and stuff like that. So like, if I hold the Banefire and try and draw another land, next turn my attack may get fogged. That turn, I'm pumping like 2 Soulscar Mages with it, so that's just more damage than if I wait another turn. And I didn't have any more lands in hand, so I mean, it was kind of fun. I mean, I did test this deck a decent amount, and I've never cast a Banefire.
Depends on what Ben has as a follow-up.
And
I like Ben's stance here, though.
Yeah, me too. Ben had to play the Thorn Elemental because otherwise Sigrist just sits there and says, "Look, I can do this for a few more turns. That's not a real problem for me."
There it is. Urza's Ruinous Blast goes on the stack, and look at the pile of permanents getting exiled on Ben's dark side of the battlefield. Everything gone. Grun living up to his name here, lonely as it were, and I love it, Sigrid.
At the same time, it's going to take a really long time for Javier to actually deploy all the threats in his hand because he slowed down his deck a lot by adding in all those additional Planeswalkers.
I like Wu's position here as well, sitting behind that copy of Vraska's Contempt, which is going to get fired off here by the look of things. Dominguez has something to say about it, however. Maybe going to cash in his hand.
Wow, that is big because his hand is loaded, but Dominguez does need to hit his land drops. But is he really willing to go down on cards to hit lands and play a threat this turn?
Let's see how he wants to play this out. He's going to sacrifice both Bomat Couriers, discard his hand, and as a result, going to get a fresh grip off the battlefield.
So this is nice. He can actually sacrifice Bomat Courier with the trigger on the stack, sack the other Bomat Courier. So he discards his whole hand, and he only has to do it once, and he can get all those extra cards that were hidden underneath both the Couriers in his hand.
So cashed in the 2 Bomats, discarded 6 and drew 7.
In a less than natural conclusion, could you explain to us what happened on the floor?
Yes, I was watching Yukuhiro-san playing Shahar. And I noticed a very strange card in Yukuhiro-san's hand. It was an artifact, he's playing mono blue main deck. And I stayed around the table for some time, and Yukuhiro drew a card for the next turn. And at this time, he decided to call a judge about this failure to the sideboard. But as a judge, after the investigation, Yukuhiro recognized that he discovered the mistake the turn before and failed to call an official at this time. And the infraction and the sanction for this is a disqualification for not calling a judge at the proper time when you discover a mistake.
Okay, so Shahar Shenhar wins that match by disqualification. There will be a statement on the website, and I imagine maybe right at the news desk as soon as that's prepared. But
it actually worked nicely with the
Fight with Fire plan. I'm thinking what you were thinking, buddy.
You have to play to your outs.
Also, he has one of his, I believe, 2 copies. He is going, by the way, for Shivan Fire on the Spider to not kill it, but he's got a copy of Flame of Keld, and I think he has 2 of those in his deck. And Javier Dominguez went deep. I mean, he is trying to empty his hand, get as much damage in, and then reload with Flame of Keld.
This is why I love Worlds. This is just the highest level of Magic, because...
Ladies and gentlemen, your top 4 for the World Championship 2018.